Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're diving into one of the greatest classics of all time, Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky. It's a dark, psychological thriller that'll have you questioning everything you thought you knew about morality, justice, and the human condition. Reason number 1. The psychological complexity of the main character, Raskolnikov. Dostoevsky gives us an intense, deeply flawed person whose internal struggles are so real and vivid that you'll find yourself questioning your own beliefs. Imagine being so broke, so desperate, that you start to believe you're above the law. That's Raskolnikov. He's a former student, brilliant but alienated, and he cooks up this theory that some people, the extraordinary ones, are exempt from moral rules. And then he commits a murder. He thinks he's proving his theory, but what unfolds is a psychological descent that will leave you breathless. Dostoevsky's genius is in making you understand Raskolnikov, even sympathize with him, while simultaneously being horrified by his actions. It's that tension that makes this book so unforgettable. Next up, the moral dilemmas. Crime and Punishment explores the boundaries of right and wrong in a way that forces you to think about justice, crime, and morality. Raskolnikov believes he's justified in committing murder for a greater good. Sounds insane, right? He thinks he's eliminating a societal parasite. But here's the kicker. Dostoevsky challenges you to reflect on that belief. Is crime ever justified? And at what cost? The brilliance of this book is that there are no easy answers. The more you read, the more those lines between good and evil blur. It's not just about one man's crime, it's about the moral struggles we all face in the face of impossible choices. Reason 3. Guilt and redemption. Crime and Punishment dives deep into the nature of guilt. This isn't just a plot point, it's a living, breathing character in the novel. Watching Raskolnikov's journey from committing a crime to being eaten alive by remorse is powerful. It's a brutal reminder of how the mind can become its own prison. The murder was just the beginning. The real punishment is what happens in the aftermath. We experience every sleepless night, every paranoid delusion right alongside Raskolnikov. We see how guilt warps his relationships, his sense of self, his entire reality. Throughout the novel, you'll see how this overwhelming guilt drives him toward redemption. Because in Raskolnikov's struggle, we see a reflection of our own capacity for darkness and the possibility of finding light even in the most desperate of circumstances. Now, let's talk philosophy. Dostoevsky doesn't just write a novel, he crafts a philosophical debate in every chapter. Reason number 4, the themes of free will, existentialism, and nihilism. This book tackles the big questions of life. What gives life meaning? Is there a higher power? And do we have the right to take fate into our own hands? Raskolnikov's whole extraordinary man theory is basically a big middle finger to traditional morality. He's grappling with the idea that if there is no God, then everything is permitted. But is it really? It's not just a crime thriller, it's a mind-bending dive into the human condition and why we make the choices we do. And trust me, those themes will keep you thinking long after you've put the book down. Finally, reason number 5. Crime and Punishment is still shockingly relevant. Sure, it was written in 1866, but the themes of poverty, justice, mental health, and inequality are just as important today as they were back then. Raskolnikov's story might be set in 19th century Russia, but you'll see reflections of today's world all over this book. The desperation of poverty, the struggle for power, the feeling of being unseen and unheard, these are universal experiences. Dostoevsky wasn't just writing about his time, he was writing about the timeless struggles of humanity. And that's what makes this book so impactful, even today. This novel isn't just a relic of the past, it's a commentary on the human experience that still resonates today. So there you have it. Those are my top 5 reasons why Crime and Punishment will blow your mind. If you haven't read it yet, now's the perfect time to dive in. It's a challenging read, but I promise you it's worth it. And if you have, let me know in the comments which part of the book hit you the hardest. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more mind-blowing book content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.